Hi, my name's Jake Davey, and in this video I want to show you how you can create all of your content for Instagram in just 87 minutes every month. Let's dive in. If you use this strategy, it's going to save you firstly hours of time in terms of your content creation. It's going to give you a clear system and a clear process every single time you want to build your audience, and it's going to result in consistency of your brand, engagement, your interaction, and ultimately allow you to get in front of more people on the platform than ever before. If you don't use this, then chances are either you're missing out on one of the biggest opportunities to build your audience and get in front of more people, but you may also be spending far too much time creating content where you actually don't need to spend the time doing that. You could be spending it instead on income generating activities. So before we dive in, let me walk you through what the biggest problems are and mistakes are at the moment with generating content and creating Reels on Instagram. Reels have been around since 2000 on the Instagram platform, and there's been a real kind of change in the way that people are using these. Now, for many people, they've used Reels for a long time, and certainly at the start when they were introduced to the platform, people were getting crazy results. They were getting huge engagement, huge interaction, and it was really, really exciting. And what we found is that people were putting more and more time into the creation of their content, into the creation of their Reels. But unfortunately, the results they were getting were reducing. So what tended to happen was there would be more time put in and less good results, less quality results, less good results, lower quality results that were coming in, right? And so it totally doesn't make sense that people would want to put that amount of time in and see diminishing returns. So what happens is people think, well, this is taking me too long, the results aren't there, therefore what's the point in doing it? I'm not going to do it anymore. So people stop doing it, they stop creating the content, they stop building their audience, they stop sharing their business, their brand, their product, their service, and naturally they say, well, this doesn't work, maybe I need to try something else. In reality, there is a system and there is a process right now that allows you to get in front of more people than ever before. It allows you to share content which is engaging, it's interesting, it's exciting, it's valuable for your audience, and it doesn't take ages to be able to do this. What I want to show you today is actually how you can start using this specific process to grow an audience on Instagram, even if you've never used Reels before, or if you have used Reels before and you weren't satisfied with the results. No more dancing, no more pointing, no more singing, no looking silly on camera, no compromising your integrity, just a simple, effective solution to be able to create high quality Reels, engaging Reels that your audience wants to see and that drives traffic into your business. So now let me dive into the computer and I'm going to show you exactly how this process works. So when people think about Instagram and they think about Instagram Reels, I think we all have preconceptions and ideas built up in our minds, don't we, about what that actually looks like and how long it might take and what we have to do to be able to get in front of more people. And there's just a selection of different accounts here that you can see. This is one on the screen. The video is probably playing a bit slower because there's multiple things going on. This is another example. This is from a cooking and food channel. You can see they go through kind of the food prep. Another one here from a photographer. Beautiful images, beautiful visuals and such. But again, the majority of this is kind of how people would perceive Reels as something that has to, take a long time. You've got to be relatively good with the camera. This example here, somebody's actually a photographer. This one here, this lady is obviously an influencer. She has, I'm assuming that she's being paid to promote these trainers, or maybe she's just showing off her latest trainers. And of course there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of kind of dancing around, there's kind of fancy filters like that one to expand it way beyond just kind of the regular video. And this is generally how most people will consider Reels, and they'll think about, well, this is how I need to create my Reels. And just to be clear, I really like all of these Reels, by the way, have had a lot of engagement, a lot of reach, a lot of results. So in that way, the time has been, you could suggest the time has been well spent. But the downside is that there are many other people, I would suggest infinitely more people, who put this amount of time into create content like this and don't get the reach, don't get the engagement, don't get the visibility, don't get seen. And so you can imagine something like this probably took at least an hour from start to finish, to clear the space inside the apartment, to make sure that the dog wasn't running into the background, or the cat or her partner, or whatever it might be coming in there, that the boss wasn't calling on Zoom or anything like that if she was working from home. Then to go and get the outfit on, get ready, do the hair, do the makeup, get the trainers on, get the lighting right, get the camera in the right place. You get the idea, right? And then to edit it. Not just to record it, but then to edit it on the phone. So you might say, Jake, that wouldn't take an hour. It'll take an hour, without a doubt. Okay, without a doubt. This one here, you know, the videography might not be quite as, if you like professional, it's a bit more kind of over the shoulder, which is a nice feel, especially when like cooking, things like that, it feels a bit more over the shoulder. It's literally like somebody's cooking with you. But they still went to the store. They recorded themselves going and getting the ingredients, mixing it up. They have to wait for it to be done. All of this type of stuff takes time. This one again, photos back to back. Yeah, you might say that's not going to take too long, but still to go out and do all of these things. If you're a photographer, that's all right. But it still takes time. And most people aren't photographers. Most people don't have the time to be able to do this. And so this is a total kind of belief shift really that I want to share with you. And I want to give you a couple of examples. So here's a guy, let me show you ours first. So this is one of our reels. I'm going to close these other sections here. So this is one of our reels here, okay? Now you can see this is me talking directly to the camera. Yes, we do have captions on the screen, okay? It's me talking directly to the camera. And this whole video, actually, this is the first part, avoid at all costs buying followers. That's the first part of the video. So there's actually, it's a very, very short video. I'd say it's probably 6 seconds, maybe 7 seconds long in total. And that's it. And then it goes back to the beginning and it replays. So this video is significantly shorter. It means that you can get a lot more views a lot faster. There's no dancing, there's no pointing, there's no singing. It's simply me talking to the camera, and everything that I say, there's a caption at the bottom. Now, how long do you think that takes to put together? A lot faster, right? This is just one example of ours. Let me show you Ben's. This is a guy called Benjamin Daly. Ben came on he came to our last ever in-person event. We did a 3-day event in London at Heathrow. And then later he actually came on our podcast and shared some of his growth tips and growth strategies for Instagram. And rightly so. Look at this. Look at the views here. 499 almost 500,000, 1.3 million, 396,000, 362,000, 1.1 million. And there's many further down that have got 2, 3, 4 million as well. There's loads. But I've specifically picked this section because look, what do you notice about all these videos? He sat in his car. What else do you notice? They've all got captions on the screen. Perfect. What else do you notice? He's in pretty much the same outfit, although there's a few outfit changes. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different outfits in there. So do you think that he goes and kind of into his car, he wakes up in the morning, goes, sits in his car, records a video, then gets back, does his hair, makes himself look good, then goes back into his house and he's just like, right, that's it. I'll go back and do 6 seconds tomorrow. Of course he doesn't, right? He will go into his car and he'll batch the content and ensure that it's done again and again and again. He's got multiple outfits, changing and such, and he records each of these videos. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but just to give you an example, each of these videos is, again, really, really short. They're done within 5, 6 seconds, sometimes a bit longer, sometimes a bit shorter, but again, really, really simple, really to the point, really specific, and ultimately it gives value to the audience. You know, the amount of reach and the amount of engagement, the amount of interaction is absolutely remarkable. It really, really is. And so there are multiple examples here where you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours pointing, dancing, singing, all these things that you think, God, that's going to take ages. And then we don't know what the results are going to be. You can create shorter video. And the argument then might be, well, if it's just me talking to the camera, can I still get the reach? Can I still get the engagement? Can I still get the audience that I'm looking for? Well, here's a perfect example that shows you can. Something that we continue to use again and again and again, it's an example that you can, okay? And so right now, the opportunity here is not by spending more time. It's not more time and then hopefully a better outcome. It's a case of how do I use my time effectively and smartly to be able to get the results that I'm looking for. Now, if you want to go check out some of these videos directly on Instagram, I'll pop a link in the show notes below here, so you can actually go and check some of these out. If you want a bit more support with how this works, I'll also put a link in so you can go and check out our training, which walks you through step by step how to do this. We've got a 3-step method. It's called the HTC method, and it shows you exactly how to create engaging reels that convert. So do go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put a couple of other video recommendations around here for those of you that are watching this on YouTube. And I do appreciate this. Get out there, start building relationships with your audience. And it really doesn't matter about what niche you're in, what business you're in, what area you're in. You can literally get out there now and start building relationships and connecting with your followers. So I hope this has been useful. Thanks so much for joining, and I look forward to speaking with you very soon. All the best. Bye for now.